Getting up in the middle of the night to pump is not necessary. What are you doing? You should be sleeping if your baby is sleeping. Hang with me, I'm about to explain why. Welcome back, I'm Hillary, the mama behind Baby Settler. I'm also a board certified lactation consultant, and I am deeply distressed when I hear that mamas are waking up to pump in the middle of the night when their baby is sleeping. If you've just found my channel, I'm so glad you're here. Will you take a second to hit the subscribe button at the bottom right corner of this video, and be sure to like this video by giving me a thumbs up. Okay, the first thing we need to discuss, why are you pumping in the middle of the night? The answer to this question is very important. I can only think of 3 reasons you might be pumping in the middle of the night. Number 1, you want to build a breast milk stash. Number 2, your breasts hurt if you don't pump. Or number 3, you want to give your baby a bottle instead of breastfeeding. Okay, let's look at each of these reasons. You want to fill your freezer with breast milk. I totally get that. But pumping in the middle of the night is not the best way to build your breast milk supply. Why? Because you're missing out on sleep that you need. You're more likely to cause an oversupply because prolactin, the hormone responsible for making milk, is higher in the middle of the night. And there's a much easier way. And I'll tell you about it at the end of this video. Okay, the next reason. If you don't pump, maybe you wake up in pain or you have to deal with clogged milk ducts. Not fun. But if you keep pumping in the middle of the night, your body is going to keep thinking you need that milk for your baby. And it's going to keep making it. At some point, you've got to tell your body your baby isn't taking a feed in the middle of the night. And that means you've got to drop the pumping. The best way to avoid this problem is prevention. When your baby starts to sleep through the night, you might temporarily experience some pain or engorgement. This is your body's way of telling your breast that your baby doesn't need milk at 2 a.m. Each time your baby extends their nighttime sleep, you're probably going to notice this happening with your breasts. I can hear your thoughts. Wait, but will that make me have a low supply? No. If your baby is sleeping through the night unassisted, I want to clarify for a minute exactly what I mean by unassisted. Not being given a pacifier to extend sleep, or using a bassinet that assists your baby back to sleep, or other methods to assist your baby to sleep. But if your baby is truly sleeping uninterrupted, which is possible, without those other methods I just mentioned, whether it's 6, 8, 10, or 12 hours, your supply is going to be in tune with what your baby needs. Now, the truth is that your baby is going to start feeding more frequently during the day when they are sleeping through the night. I cover all this in detail in my Babies Made Simple course. It's linked in the description box below if you want to figure out how to navigate this. The third reason, you're pumping in the middle of the night because you want to pump and give your baby a bottle. I fully support this. And yes, you do need to pump. Anytime your baby is getting a feeding that's not at the breast, you've got to send your body the message that your baby is eating. And finally, let's go back to earlier when I said I would tell you the easier way to build a stash. You want to start about 2 weeks postpartum, pumping after that first or second feed of the day. You don't need to pump multiple times per day to build a stash. If you've got 8 weeks of maternity leave, you've got 6 weeks to build your stash when you start at 2 weeks postpartum. That's approximately 42 days, and we multiply that by 2 to 4 ounces per day. You'll have between 84 and 168 ounces in your freezer by the time you return to work if you use this method. That will give you between 21 and 42 4-ounce bottles, and you'll still be pumping when you're away from your baby, so you'll keep adding to the freezer stash. I want you to wait until 2 weeks postpartum, because in that first 2 weeks after delivery, you're in the transition stage of breast milk production, and it's really better to wait until your mature milk is fully in. It's already a full-time job feeding your baby, add pumping to it, and it can really make things a lot more stressful. I hope this video was helpful to you. Hit that thumbs up button if it was. If you haven't already, don't forget to click that subscribe button and turn on the notifications by clicking the bell so you know when my new videos go live. You've got this.